Hi there, welcome to this week's Muse. I'm going to continue on from last week's Muse of healing venue of the body. Today I want to muse about beliefs and perceptions. So are they yours or another's? And whose truths are they anyway? So let me know you can hear me okay, because last week I had trouble with the mic, or actually 2 weeks ago. So let's continue the journey and get this muse going. So we are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Oscar Wilde. And if you are returning to my musing show, hopefully you've liked and subscribed on What's Up Tonya Dee, or hopefully even more importantly, ring the bell on YouTube and subscribe there. And go ahead and please share a show that amuses you the most. It lets me know what pathway is intriguing. So let's get on with the show here. So what are you looking at? We are, each of us, our own perceptions. And the things we look at and think about most are our reality. And perception is primarily shaped by our belief systems, which are formed in our families of origin and in our experiences with our culture. That came from Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's the author of Biology of Belief. And he believes that perception is the primary mechanism that actually controls your biology. So understanding on a scientific level how cells respond to your thoughts and perceptions eliminates the path to personal empowerment, he states. And understanding the role beliefs play in forming perceptions, changing the perceptions that don't work, and then embracing the tools of Mother Nature that's given us to help with the process are 3 essential keys to living a healthy life. So a simple blend to identify personal power right there on the screen. It's 4 drops of geranium, 3 drops each of Melissa and rosemary, and 2 drops cinnamon in a glass roller bottle. And you can apply this to the back of your neck in an upward motion or around the corner of your tummy while focusing on this affirmation. I trust my beliefs and actions create happiness daily. Or, I am free to discover what's true for me. And, accept my personal power to live a happy, healthy life. Or, I release the past and live happily ever after. Awesome. So, understanding how your beliefs form reality, some scientists say that each person's reality is the projection of his or her awareness in the waking state of consciousness. So, what does that really mean? It actually means that what you believe is true, or at least it's real for you. And Stephen Covey explained in the book, The Divine Center, that when a man opens his mouth to speak, he in essence describes himself, his perception. So your perception is your reality. And even though the world around us, all of us, may be different than we think, we don't see the differences because what we believe for ourselves is real for us. So does that mean that if you change what you believe, you can also change your reality? Of course, the answer is yes. It also means that the fear-based beliefs have tremendous power to negatively influence what you experience day to day and often. And it's not until somebody becomes consciously aware of the underpinning fears or blocks that they are willing and able to transform the picture of what they see and experience day to day. And all too often, individuals, miserably live out their fears without uncovering the limiting thoughts and beliefs that rest deep inside themselves. Then they get stuck and they relive the same unhappy experience over and over, where limiting beliefs are habitually the culprit of the frustration, the unhappiness, the relationship struggles, depression, and often the cause of all kinds of addiction. So to be willing to see the truth, this is a blend of 4 drops lemon, 3 drops ylang ylang, which is my absolute favorite, and 2 drops of basil. And you can apply this to the bones right behind your ears or on the back of your neck. and affirm I am willing to see the truth, and I see myself through loving eyes. Affirmations are great to say first thing in the morning or even throughout the day. I've even put affirmations in some of my clients' phones to go off at certain times just to make them know that they are loved and somebody out there is whistling Dixie for them. So, uncovering the truth or the mind-body experience. So, how do you discover your limiting beliefs? Self-exploration becomes the most effective answer. So, to change what's going on in your outer world, you must first change what's going on in your inner world. All wounds heal from the inside out. That's true for couples, families, and even individuals, no matter who's responsible for what pain you've experienced in the past or the pain you continue to feel in the present. You must look to yourself to heal effectively. And perhaps more importantly, you must eliminate or heal your limiting beliefs. How? By uncovering the truth. So let's say that deep down a person, let's call them Sally, for example, believes or fears she's worthless or not as good as others. And maybe Sally was abandoned, rejected, or abused at some point, and she wound up fearing that she was worthless or inferior. Consequently, Sally finds herself fearing and experiencing abandonment in her life over and over again. But when she uncovers the truth that it was another person's actions, not her own, that caused her abandonment, she'll find that she is worthwhile and, more importantly, valuable, no matter her weaknesses, challenging her faults or challenges. So this is a universal truth that all mankind to have glory within themselves, or even grace. And there's goodness and greatness in everybody. But we must choose to believe that and actively work to change until we uncover that glory. So connect to your divine beauty. Blend 4 drops wild orange, 4 drops frankincense, another one of my favorites, and 2 drops each of clary sage, lavender, go through a ton of that, and peppermint. And you can diffuse this or apply it to your wrists like a perfume, or your neck, and your heart, or even the bottoms of your feet. And an amazing affirmation is, I trust the goodness within me, or I am connected and I listen to my inner voice. And my last one is, I trust the process of life. So, like computers with complex processing systems, the body contains all the facets of an individual's perceptions. And your personal body computer might change daily as new information is put in and an outdated information is replaced by a new understanding. Alternatively, your personal body computer may rarely change, running and rerunning old data and information over and over again. So if you make decisions about others and yourself and lock these perceptions into your body, mind, computer space, usually by repetition, your system begins to filter your experiences through these beliefs and feelings that you actually have stored and programmed within you. So let's go back and let's take another look at another being. We'll call this person Sam instead of Sally, or let's just stick with Sally. So, we'll say that her mind-body was fed constant cues about being unworthy every time she was let down as a young child by delinquent parents. And over time, Sally begins to see all circumstances through a tainted lens. Even after she's no longer surrounded by people who treat her poorly or even with reckless abandon. So, blocking out other views of reality that exist simultaneously. So let's do another more visual example of this idea. So when you buy a car, you become instantly familiar with the new model and even the color. In fact, from that point on, you notice cars like yours whenever you're driving. Where in the past, you might not even paid any attention to a navy blue Honda Pilot, But now that you seem to have one, that's all you seem to notice every single time you're on the road. So let's go ahead and fast forward 10 years or more. And it's likely you're still noticing all the navy blue Honda Pilots on the road, even if you sold yours. So, this is the same with each of us within our lives. When we have experiences to lead us to make decisions about our lives or ourselves, we unconsciously go out into the world and notice all other experiences that validate what we believe to be true. Certainly, there were just as many red Honda Pilots on the road driving around all those years, but somehow all you seem to notice were the blue ones. I do that with my Jeep all the time. So this is also the way the brain processes emotions and experiences. When the brain makes a decision about an experience or an emotion, it often holds onto that perception and will attempt to recreate similar circumstances or feelings to go along and validate those beliefs. So someone like Sally might expect that everyone abandons those they love. And she might not even recognize that a healthy relationship does and do often exist. But abandonment would be her navy blue Pilot. That is all she sees. Even if she parks right next to a shiny red minivan every day at work. But Sally doesn't have to be stuck in this rut. She can start to notice the other cars on the road and to recognize that other paths exist and that many, many relationships can move forward without any fear of abandonment. All she needs to do is to start feeding her body and mind new information and changing her perceptions. And this is so true for each and every one of us. Change the thought that created the condition, and you get a different outcome. So through self-exploration, it takes some time to discover the truth behind your beliefs, to look at the reality that you have created and see if that reality might be skewed by your own perceptions. And if it is, start feeding your mind new information and reshape your reality, and in turn, you can reshape your vitality. I know this sounds complicated, but it actually really isn't. It's actually quite simple. But as you continue with this musing show, you're going to discover an important step in the healing process, and that's discovering the natural resources that can help you restore your vitality, lift your mood, and heal your mind and body as you work towards change. And this is really what the Balance of Being, my online course, is actually all about. And through each module, there are protocols that assist you in your journey towards this change. And here's another little blend of essential oils with some affirmations. So it's to accept your gifts and talents. Go ahead and blend 3 drops each of cilantro, myrrh, and white fir, and of course my favorite, ylang ylang, and True Drops Wild Orange. Go ahead and rub them together in your hands. Inhale while focusing on this affirmation. I am accepting my unique gifts and talents now. Or, I receive compliments and my greatness expands daily. I trust myself to grow in positive ways. Every day I am getting better and better, stronger and stronger. So if you enjoyed this musing show, please go ahead and visit myclub.tonyadee.tv for my library venue of courses that shift. My site is still in the nip and tuck phase. Plus, we need some time to heal and the transformation too, right? To make sure everything's flowing right and working properly. Because we know how we get those glitches when we start doing our nipping and tucking. But go ahead and visit the club.tonyadee.tv and subscribe there as well. And as always, thanks for musing today. I know it feels short, but let's see if you can shift your beliefs to an optimistic venue. And I'll see you on the other side of my corridor in my musing club, what I like to call actually the other side. And next week, the Muse is all about emotions and depression. And they matter, baby. So, yeah, go ahead and join me for that. That Musing show is actually inspired because I've had a lot of clients stuck in the negative belief rapture, and depression and anxiety are actually another huge forum that's coming to the forefront. But anyway, thanks for musing with me today, and let's see again if you can shift your beliefs to that optimistic venue. And enjoy your Saturday, and good luck tomorrow with the time change if you're in Salt Lake City, Utah.